Hello everyone, this is Pennington with Gen Z Shop Time. It's going to be a brief introduction to my workspace and a little bit of what I'm planning on doing around here. Hopefully answer a couple of existential questions like why does my father spend more time in the shop than he does with me? What is his weird relationship with the lawn? How does he have so many good friends despite never speaking to any of them? Well, unfortunately, I can't answer those. However, I can show you what I'm up to. I want to start off with a brief overview. If you'll notice, it's just a garage. And over here's my first workbench. Got a miter saw and a bunch of other miscellaneous chemicals. Spoilers, they're all sawdust. And these tools are secondhand, and the ones that aren't should be. Oh, look, even got a couple of pieces of safety equipment. Let's take a peek up here. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, more useless garbage. This first cubbyhole has a bunch of miscellaneous ropes, bolts, and tie downs because that's how I roll. The next cubbyhole has screws and more useless crap in it until it's needed, while the one on the bottom contains the ever so essential specialty crap. It's like normal useless crap, but somehow used even less. Now, at the top cubby in the second row is full of my belt sander belts. Below that is the equally important adhesives because this shop runs on electrical tape and poorly placed dreams. Then finally, the bottom of the second column cubbies is my favorite tool, the pipe threader. I've used that tool to redecorate most of my house. Next are the power tools I never use, and above them are bolts, nuts, and clamps. Should really find a new place for those. It's not okay to keep clamps too close to your nuts. And on top of that is the exciting column of roughly organized chaos. It's a cardboard box of mysteries. Next is the shop rags. Can't ever have enough of those. One of the few things I'll actually buy new around here. Next is my stains and dyes because basic lumber, just like my crippling tattoo addiction, will never be good enough until you slap some dye in it. Below that cubby of iron fittings. I wonder if that bears any relationship to the pipe threader. Anyways, on to the chicken wire. No chickens yet, but just like a good existential crisis, coming soon. And above that is the ever so reliable and never used cheap stick welder. And above that, and to top that column off, is lawn chemicals, just like the welder, ever reliable, never used. And we start off with the next row of judgment. I swear, I'm holding it for a friend. And next is the single greatest piece of literature ever published by mankind. Damn it, was hoping to make it through my first video without a product plug. And my air hose equipment. Over here's an impromptu drying rack for some spray paint canvases that I handed off to a friend for laser engraving, and my towel rack. What good garage workshop doesn't have a punching bag and random workout equipment to relieve the endless aggression built up by the old 9 to 5? Now, in this corner is the ever important lumber storage. A good bulk of it was actually reclaimed by my mother in law's front porch whenever I tore it down from her just a little while back, while the rest of it is actually reclaimed construction lumber. And if you can't tell, the bench it's sitting on is actually reclaimed too. Oh, isn't it adorable? My first workbench, an itty bitty little bench vise with a bunch of spray paint. And if you can't tell by the miscellaneous spray foam, an absolute crap ton was used in this garage. Bunch of wood bark, because why the hell not? I'm going to be using this in a couple of projects coming up here sooner than later. And just to recap everything we've covered so far, over halfway done now, folks. And of course, the round table with a lone thing of super glue on it. Here's all that's left in the garage. But this corner over here is where most of my work happens. Right over here, of course, is a couple of projects I've been working on for a hot minute. The same friend that I'm holding that Eevee for actually does make himself useful from time to time, and hands me off some pretty neat prints to finish. Got myself a little cardboard shredder. This is a drafting desk I've been working on slowly but surely, with a bunch of other miscellaneous dice boxes and dice trays. Over here is another workbench. I actually built this one about 2-3 days ago, and some miscellaneous projects I've been working on here sooner than later. Spoilers, this is jeweler's bench was actually handed down to me by my mother. And of course, as I mentioned earlier about spray foam, I am desperately at war with the birds right now. Trying to block them up so that way they don't keep crapping on everything I make and love. Here's a closer look at some of those projects I've been working on, and maybe needing a new editing rig. Of course, safety is always important, so that sign may be spoilers for something I'm going to be doing here sooner than later. Miscellaneous bits and bobs I'm going to need to work with, and just a full recap of the garage in general. Safety hazard? Absolutely. Is it my safety hazard? Yeah, that's debatable. Well, thank all of you for tuning in, the whole dozen and a half of you that do. If you have any suggestions for anything I need to be doing in the future, feel free to drop a comment. And let's just take a peek at everything around here. So later on, whenever we recap after I've knocked a couple of dozen projects out of the way, going to be, it's see how it changes, because it's going to be damn near everything. Well, once again, if you have any suggestions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. As always, this is Pennington with Gen Z Shop Time. Thank you. Bye.